This is the OnePlus 3, a flagship phone from OnePlus that was released back in 2016, around the same period as the Samsung S7 Edge, with almost all the same features if not more, for almost half the price. So, how does it fare now? Let's find out. The OnePlus 3 was priced at $399 upon release on 2016, which is $330 less than the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. But that doesn't mean that this phone has less feature. This phone literally just received the Oreo update about 2 weeks ago, which is months ahead of Samsung and still also many other companies with 2-year-old phones. Well, the light UI customization from Oxygen OS is what I would assume the most contributing factor to the speed of the update. And also, this Oreo update, in some ways, kind of unlocks some sleeper features, which was already embedded within the phone, waiting to be activated. Like for example, the facial recognition feature released on the OnePlus 5. It works almost equivalently good here in most conditions, and it's also lightning fast. The fingerprint scanner is also one of the fastest sensors out there, even by today's standard. A simple light tap and you're in, just as good as the 2018 devices. Performance is also never an issue with this beast, since this phone rocks the same Snapdragon 820 processor as most flagships then, and a whopping 6GB of RAM, meaning that no task is too demanding for this phone, really. Also, the Oxygen OS, while light in customization, also offers tons of features, like the 3D touch equivalent, which can be used to cut down the amount of time spent fiddling around within the app just to run the stopwatch, for example. And also, this phone has lots of customizations you can select in the settings, and the shortcuts are useful, particularly like the flashlight or the camera shortcuts. It really saves time, in my opinion. On the other hand though, since the release of the Oreo update, the phone has noticeably been running through some issues. Well, no major slowdowns, but some things just like the camera focus issue and the battery drains, it can be noticed from day by day. Even with normal use, most of the time you can only get about 8 to 9 hours of use daily, and that's even just for messaging through IMs. Pricing also never lie though. There is always some area that you can expect would be sacrificed for such specifications. For example, as the OnePlus 3 only has an FHD screen instead of QHD, but it's not a bad one either at that. However, the old phones have their own perks also, as this model still has a headphone jack, which I reckon is still an essential feature for many people these days. As for the storage, while not expandable, it's quite spacey even for today at 64GB. And you might want to throw a skin on the back as the texture to improve the grip on the sleeper backside of the phone. So, is it worth getting a OnePlus 3 in 2018? Probably yes, and probably not. Since the features are plenty, but the Oreo update is a double-edged sword and can hinder the performance of the phone. But the low price alone is a big contributing factor that you can't ignore. Many cheap newer phones these days even have worse specs than this phone. So, you decide. Since there are lots of factors that you can factor in while choosing for a new phone. That's it for this review guys, this is Carrot Everything, see you on the next one.